It's your boy DJ Bugsy, Do It for Hip Hop Podcast. This is the Entrepreneurship Spotlight. And this young lady, I've known her for some years. I met her a long time ago, and she's finally on a podcast. We talked about this for years. She's doing a lot of things that I didn't see her do before. So we're going to cut into that. I want to bring on my girl, Serena Styles, the owner of Styles Makeup.
Hey, love.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Listen, you're glowing,
good.
so we glowing. So there got to be some black love in there somewhere since you're glowing, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because the glow doesn't glow without the black love. It don't just glow. Like you can have makeup and all this shit. You can have the lashes, but there got to be some kind of love in there for that shit to just glow. You know what I'm saying? And just like I was saying behind the scenes, like the mic was acting up. This shit was doing this, that. One thing I can tell y'all, when you about to end some shit, is some other shit gets added on, and you trying to track, clock out, be done, and then all of a sudden all this shit come about. But welcome to the show.
Finally, because we definitely been talking about this
for the longest time.
Long time.
So let's start off with, first of all, when I first got introduced to you, you was a model, and I met you at this event. It was a hip hop event. My girl Philly Promo, her. She was there. And I met you, and we chopped it up, and then you was modeling, and then all of a sudden, a year go by, I think about 18 months, 2 years, all of a sudden you was garbed up, then you wasn't modeling no more, and then you took all your posts down, and you rebranded yourself.
Yeah.
So first I want to say congratulations on rebranding.
Thank you.
I like the look, but I do want you to touch on the transition from you being a model and into you, I guess, you taking your Shahada, correct? Or you already?
So I took my Shahada when I was a child.
Okay.
So I've always been Muslim.
I didn't know that. Okay.
But just like anything else, when your family like pushes you to do something,
right.
You just keep going.
Right.
But I didn't understand why I was doing it. So I was like, okay, deuces Islam.
Oh, for real?
I went about my own business.
Okay.
And it kind of like found its way back. I was in a really bad car accident.
I think I remember that.
I snapped my leg, broke my ribs, and just the way I seen life was different.
Okay.
The way I started moving was different. And then literally, just how everybody else was shocked,
right.
I literally just woke up one day and just got back up.
Wow. See, sometimes Allah's going to take you through some channels and some thunderstorms, and in order for you to see the sun, you got to make a conscious decision, and you did that. And now look at you.
Yeah.
Just a glowing.
Because people was like, you was
right.
modeling, like
right.
tattoos, all types of craziness, and now nothing. Now nothing.
Right.
So, yeah.
So what made you want to tap into, because to me, it's all relative. You can't really, I mean, you can be a model without makeup, but most models have makeup. So it's still within the same arena, but it's different. You're not on the runway, you're behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. So what made you, the religion play a part? What played the part with you wanting to be behind the scenes? And why is it more gratifying now that you do makeup as opposed to modeling?
Actually, I never thought I was going to be one of them girls who did makeup. I actually was like one of the girls who threw softballs.
Really? Tomboy?
Straight tomboy, set it off braids, did flips on the dirty mattresses with the boys and everything like that. So I never understand like why
right. chicks
chicks wore makeup, why you took 30 hours just to put some stuff on your face. So I was modeling and I had management out in New York.
Okay.
Queen size management. Shout out to y'all. And they always said, you need to figure out what you want to do the moment you don't want to model no more. And I have this huge mural that I painted on my son's wall. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you should try body painting. And I was like, naked people?
Right.
Paint naked people? Called my homegirl that I knew and fell in love immediately. And the makeup part came about because makeup artists wasn't showing up to gigs.
Really?
And my mom was like, you're missing your blessing. Like, this is the reason you're missing your blessing. So I started adding a little bit. And then years later, here we are.
Full circle.
Full circle.
And you love it.
I'm in love. I literally cannot see my life without it. I
Really?
quit my job, and I used to work for the city full-fledged. And since I quit, like, things have been happening, like, abundantly. Like, abundantly.
Wow. You quit the job for the city?
Quit the job. Quit the
Damn.
job.
That shit crazy.
Quit the job.
That's when you know it's for you. When you can quit a job and you can be an entrepreneur and it's just abundantly, just like you said, that word abundantly, it just keeps coming. Like that's kind of like the podcast. It's just like people be like, well, damn, Bugsy, yeah, I don't brag and boast. I just do my shit. You feel
And you've
me?
been doing it for a minute, like,
Right.
and it's been
Consistent.
evolving, like
Right.
something crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
And you
dope.
always support it.
Absolutely.
She always supported. She always threw me up. Every time. It just like I love to see people that represent Black excellence.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a minute,
Right.
And just to see you steadily growing, like,
Right. Yeah.
Black man doing his thing, like,
Right, for sure.
I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I don't know, like I said, I don't know a lot about that, but I want you to kind of like touch on for people that want to do the same thing you do, what's the angle? Because a lot of young women don't really know. They like, should I just go work for Mac? Is that a way to get in the game? I want you kind of like teach the young people, how do you get in this game when it pertains to being a makeup artist?
So I'm self-taught, but
Really?
I'm self-taught. But I tell people,
That shit
like,
be crazy. I don't be knowing how
the
y'all
thing
do
is,
it.
like,
That
the
shit
key
be
to
going
it is
on.
finding somebody who's
Sure.
doing what you want to do
Right.
and ask.
Okay.
Like, ask a shadow.
Right.
And I was literally just on Instagram finding people who did the type of makeup that I liked.
Okay.
Because I don't really care for like the cute glam and stuff like that. You see my page is crazy sci-fi, changing myself into different characters. So just finding people that
Right.
was doing what I wanted to do
Okay.
and just inboxing them like, hey, I'm new at this. I don't know what I'm doing. If you ever have time, can I like shadow you on a project?
Right.
And people were very much like, yeah, like come through, da 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 da. And it's just been helping me little by little. Met my makeup mentor by accident for like he did my makeup for did a shoot with Majida.
Okay.
And then like 2-3 years later, I was
Right.
in a makeup competition that he was judging. And he was
Okay.
like, I never knew you did makeup. And
Right.
from that day,
Right.
that's Moxie. From that day, he didn't have me underneath his wing, teaching me everything when it came to like face shapes and things of that nature. So for the young girls, I would say find somebody that can help you learn, but then find your lane.
Because it's different lanes.
Find your lane.
And what would you consider your lane? Because your lane to me is more so movies.
Yeah.
So that's your next.
Yeah, so the end goal is for me to be on production. So
Okay.
I can be the makeup artist for like Avatar and any type of creatures, Guardians of the Galaxy, things of that nature.
They get paid a lot
So
of
I
money.
call myself Glam-fi.
Glam-fi?
So Glam-fi. So it's a mix of glamour makeup and sci-fi makeup, special effects. So do like the creature thing, but make her like very much glamorous. So,
I
yeah.
like that. And you just
Don't
came
y'all
up.
be taking my term either.
Okay. You
Glam
gonna
fi
coin
is
that.
very much serene,
So you gonna
like
coin that.
coining it.
Okay. So far since you've been in it, what's been your most proudest moment so far? If you have a few, that's fine. Because you know sometimes you might have more than one.
You would think that it would be something like with big accolades and things of that nature. It's really like the small shoots or projects and seeing people's like reaction or them telling me their thoughts and giving me full control and them telling me this is exactly what I wanted. I just didn't know how to
Right.
bring it to life.
Right.
Those are like the special moments to me because I very much want to give that serene experience. I want you to feel cool to let me do what I do to bring your vision to life. So those are the amazing things. I worked under Jason Bowman and Philly Fashion Week. That was dope for me because this is a Philly icon when it came to Philly to
Right.
makeup.
Yeah.
So for him to be teaching me little by little, that was super dope as well.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I'm flabbergasted because I'm just like, it's such a to see it, like really see it in real time. You just was so like adamant about being a model, you know, adamant about being on the runway, just so like in your photos. You just then all of a sudden you just wasn't posting shit for like a long.
And I wiped it all, wiped it all clean.
You just deleted every fucking thing, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, and then you hit and I'm like, yo, I can't believe it. It's amazing. So let's talk about Black Love a little bit. So, see, now you know Black Love. Look at that. See what she did now? I just said Black Love, and she just cheesy, wheezy. Like,
I'm super.
So talk about that. Talk about how having a partner that's supporting you, encouraging you, pouring into you has benefited your career right now in the real time. Like, talk about that. Like, give me that.
I've never had somebody pour into me and support me the way he does.
Okay.
Like, people have seen me, like, do my modeling thing.
Right.
They've been in the business or whatever, so I would think they would understand. But the attention, after a while, they don't get it.
Right.
The decisions I want to make, the moves I want to make, they don't get it. And then it becomes like some tyranny type stuff. He was really the one that was like, this is what you were born for. Like, I don't know why you're stressing at this job. It's getting worse because you ain't supposed to be there. Whatever you need, like, he's very much whatever you need, let me know.
Hands-on.
He very hands-on. He's an entrepreneur. Has his own firm. He's an ED for a nonprofit. So he's very much like, what are you doing? What city you going to? What can I do to support you? Like, and he's like, even me coming up here, he's like, what time you got to be there? Get out the house.
Right, bro.
Get out the house. And just like always
that's
there to pour into me.
Right.
And I never had that. That's the homie first. That's really like the homie first. And I've never had anything like healthy like this before. So
it's always
new. It's
unhealthy.
New territory.
Right.
But it's refreshing.
Yeah. So we saying marriage because, you know, usually in Islam, you can't really.
Yeah.
It's got to be soon.
I'm
soon.
hoping. I'm hoping, you know. Put a ring on it.
Like what's up?
But we've been rocking.
Okay.
It'll be a year in September.
And that's good. That's a good time frame.
Yeah.
That's a good time frame.
We gonna send this to him.
Oh, he gonna see it. He gonna see it. You gonna be in your crib, push play. Like, listen, this is what we doing. This is how it is.
Yeah.
And so you got him. You got your family. Now, let me ask you this: have you had an irate customer or something that drawed you back? Like, say, damn, why you felt like you did a good job, but they felt like you didn't?
Yeah. Like, you know, people have their own way that they want to do makeup, and my job is to still make them feel good, still make them feel comfortable, but also stand 10 toes in my profession.
Okay.
So it's very much like, I understand what you want, but let me try this.
Right.
And if the camera don't like it, then we'll change it. And 9 times out of 10, they always end up falling in love with it.
Right.
It's some people, like some projects I've done, and I'm like, I don't like that. Like, I'll check myself first. I'm way harder on myself.
You're a critic on your own.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm way harder on myself than anybody else. So, yeah.
So what's next? Like, is there a starter kit? Like that's what I want to know. Like, is it a starter kit for makeup artists? Like, this is, like I said, uncharted territory for me. But you're in the entrepreneurial spotlight, and we trying to learn your business. But I just want to know: is there a starter kit? Like, if someone wanted to get in the business, is something specifically they needed to start with?
It depends on what you want to do.
Okay.
Like, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to get into like natural glam or bridal, like, I would say first get your basic kits, which is your brushes, a good makeup palette or a foundation palette, and some blushes and some eyeshadows. If you want to go into like what I do, then you would need some colors and some cream paints and things of that nature. But the thing is, not even like a lot of colors. Like you can get the primaries, and then as soon as you mix them, if you know color theory, you just play around with them.
Now let's stay right there. Color theory. That's something you learned
in elementary.
Hold up. So what you learned in elementary is helping you today?
Yes. So I was always an artist. Wow, I was always an artist.
I'll be thinking like you would forget that shit.
No, like between like the brush strokes and things of that nature, like learning color theory and things of that nature. Like I went to Girard College. Okay. So art was always my escape. So I was always with my art teachers, even like after classes and things of that nature. Right. And that was my way of escaping from the stuff that was happening at home. Right. And I was able to express myself without having to speak, without having to write things down. Yeah. So literally all those things I brought into my makeup life.
Color theory. When I think of that shit, I would think I would forget it, but you just remember it. Mm-hmm. You just destined.
You know
for
what?
This shit,
you know what colors mix. You know, to make new colors or whatever.
But your page,
red and blue mix purple. Like,
but on your page, no, it's some shit. Some
yellow and blue
shit.
Makes green. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got some exotic shit on your page. That shit,
But the thing is, like, what I'm doing now, I'm literally taking like all my old work and revamping them, and I'm shocked to see like the growth that I've had. Okay. So it's just steadily stay consistent. Whatever you are into, whatever your craft is, even if you're doing 9 to 5, like you stay consistent. Yeah. When the opportunity comes, like you already ready. Okay. So
quick question before we go. If it was one rapper or one artist that you would want to be the makeup artist for and work with, who would it be and why?
Oh.
Stumped.
I know, right?
You're stumped a little.
Really stumped. Well, my favorite artist is Indy Ari, just because of who she is.
I love you, Indy.
Her not like just being unapologetic of her blackness. Right. But if I could work with somebody, it would be either Nicki or Megan. Just
Which
because.
Which one though? You had to pick one.
Probably Megan.
Not Nicki?
Not like
her attitude. She bougie.
It's not that she bougie. I think she's more into like the crazy hair.
Shout out to Nicki. I love you, Nicki.
I think it's just more so she like the crazy hair and the outfits. Right. I think Megan would be more open to actually the body paint and doing something like
because she be doing it.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like Doja, she just like started like touching in on it, and I'm hoping that other artists will start like stop doing this boring.
Do you feel
makeup.
like that can ever be a phenomenon, body painting? Like it was at the time. It seemed like everybody was doing it, and then it just kind of
like died away.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with the creeps in the industry. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I know a lot of females that literally sought me out because of the creeps.
The creeps.
The creeps. So yeah, I think that it's going to come back around because I've been seeing more female body painters and females that been doing their thing. Right. So hopefully people are breaking away from like the monotony of boring makeup. I call it boring because it's just like, like do something with your creativity. I know it's more.
Your fucking page ain't boring. You
get out that box.
Right.
Get out that box.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, tell the people how they can follow you, how they can book their appointments, how they can, because I seen your stories. You be letting people know, like, listen, you trying to get booked, you trying to get that makeup. What's up?
Very much so.
Let them know.
So you can find my Instagram, Serene_Styles, SERENE_STYLEZ. I'm based out of Philly, but I travel. So mobile super mobile with it. So you ain't got to worry about your location because I'll pull up.
I know that's right. You trying to get that chicken.
Listen, very much so. Halloween, like the weekend, I'm still here in Philly on the 28th, but the 29th and the 30th, I'm be in New York. So New York, hit me up.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I know you're excited about that.
Listen, the first week of November, I'll be in Atlanta.
Congratulations on that.
Again, New York on that Saturday.
Damn.
The following weekend,
Abundance.
I'll be in North Carolina.
Really?
December, I'll be in Ohio, and the first week of January, I'll be in Miami.
Damn, you booked and busy.
So listen,
I'm trying to get down with CSS.
Listen, I'm trying to be booked and busy. Like my job made me let go a lot of opportunities, and I said I'm not doing it no more.
Right. Fuck that. You strictly about that makeup.
Very much so.
Right. Well, there you have it, man. Serena Styles, my girl. Like I said, if you trying to get booked, you trying to get your face, you know what I mean? Dial it up. I don't really know what the term is. I'm a hip hop nigga, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, I ain't really deal with a lot of chicks, you know what I mean, with a lot of makeup. So I don't really know. You know what I mean? Couple chicks, shout out to Marquita, she had the makeup, but it wasn't a lot of chicks that had the makeup. They was cool off the makeup. They just was strictly lip gloss, you know what I mean? But it's your boy Bugsy, you mean? You already know what it is, man. Keep it hip hop. All right, peace.
What do you do? It's your 10-year-old mascot in the building. But anyways, y'all, stream on them platforms. You got Google Podcasts, you got Apple Podcasts, you got Spotify, but more importantly, YouTube. Check out the I Do It for Hip Hop podcast. But when you do that, you gotta subscribe. And when you subscribe, there's gonna be a bar.